A massive winter storm could bring snow to millions. It's all happening on one of the busiest travel weekends of the year. Over 82 million people are hitting the road. Now, there could be big time snow totals across huge swaths of the country. But how bad is it really going to get? Who is going to get in on the snow? I'm going to cover all that and more in today's forecast, which starts right now. What's up, guys? Meteorologist StormCat5 here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about this storm, which is starting to take shape out west, and that could drop snow to many. But we still have this low pressure up in the Great Lakes that is dropping significant swaths of snow from Michigan through Minnesota. And that first storm, which I'm calling storm number 1, is absolutely cranking here in the Great Lakes, dropping significant snow totals of up to a foot, 2 feet, and in some spots close to 3 feet of snow. And we still have the first blizzard warnings of the year in effect for Michigan and for the northern portions of Wisconsin. And today on Thanksgiving Eve, we're still expecting a foot plus up here in the upper peninsula of Michigan. And then in the lower peninsula of Michigan, also some big time lake effect snow of up to a foot in some spots. And then check this out, down near Lake Erie and Lake Ontario here, we also are going to get significant lake effect snow in Ohio, Pennsylvania, and in upstate New York. The lake effect snow machine is absolutely cranking. But that storm is not the storm that I'm talking about in this video. It's actually this one coming behind it. You can see as we go into Friday, check that storm take shape over the heart of the country. And as we go into Thanksgiving weekend, look at that big swath of snow that could fall in the Midwest and even in portions of the Northeast. That's what I'm calling storm number 2. But right now, if we look at storm number 2 on satellite, it's nothing more than some high clouds that's dropping some mountain snow from Colorado up here through the Pacific Northwest. That's all going to change though on Friday as a big time trough dips down into the US and then eventually swings up through the Northeast right in there. Look at that. And once that trough ejects off of the Rockies, you can see an area of low pressure starts to form right over top of Missouri. It's a relatively weak low pressure, but it's enough to give you widespread precipitation in the form of rain or snow. Now, this is all going to happen overnight. Saturday night is when we'll likely get a wide swath of light to moderate, maybe even heavy snow from Minnesota all the way down through northern Missouri potentially. Now, there will be a pretty sharp rain-snow line right in there. Now, wherever that rain-snow line sets up is going to make all the difference for who gets a lot of snow and who gets just rain. Now, let's time it out and show you what to expect and how much snow could you get. Now, looking at the timing of when this storm is going to come, Friday, probably not going to have a lot going on. Maybe some snow here in North Dakota and South Dakota. Friday overnight, that's when the main event is going to start here. Could get a pretty good shot of snow here in Iowa near Des Moines. And that snow should continue into Saturday morning, and then it's going to slowly shift to the east throughout the day Saturday. And by the time we hit Saturday night, we could have light to moderate snow in Chicago, Illinois, southern Michigan, even into portions of Indiana as well. And then going into Sunday morning, that snow is going to shift to the east, possibly even into the Ohio Valley, into Ohio, and then into Pennsylvania Sunday morning. Now, it does look like this storm system is going to lose a little bit of its structure and moisture as it swings up towards the Great Lakes, which means the Northeast probably won't get big time snow out of this, unfortunately. And then look at this. Behind the system Monday, we could get some more lake effect snow in some of these same spots that are getting hammered currently. Now, if we compare the GFS to the Euro model, this is the European model, you can see that low is a little bit further to the north, and that rain actually occurs in Ohio rather than snow and in Pennsylvania. And then going to the Northeast as well. Also, rain looks likely along the coast. I think for our Northeast brethren, the only ones that are getting on the snow action are going to be north of this line close to the Canadian border. I'm sorry. Now, for the Southeast U.S., we're probably going to see a repeat of the storm system that we saw earlier this week, where we could have maybe some severe storms down in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi. But we're just talking about all rain from Kentucky down through the Southeast here. No snow, unfortunately, with this storm. There's just not enough cold air. Now, what everyone wants to know, how much snow are you going to get? Well, the Weather Prediction Center is calling for, and whenever they call for this, guys, you want to pay attention because these guys normally are pretty cautious. They're also the best in the business and don't overreact to model runs like the rest of us do. They're calling for heavy snow in this region right through Iowa, Wisconsin, northern Illinois. That even includes Chicago as well, as barely in that, and then also along the lake here with that lake effect for Sunday. Also, heavy rain down here from that same system for the southeast. Now, let's take a look at the GFS ensemble to give us an idea of what the totals could be like. Keep in mind here, the totals up here that are showing for the next couple of days here, that's from winter storm number 1. We're still talking about significant snow of a foot plus in the upper peninsula of Michigan and even through parts of Michigan, especially along the western shore of the state. Watch winter storm number 2 coming right there. And look at this. On the GFS ensemble, they're calling for up to 8 inches or more in portions of Iowa, northern Illinois, and even southern Wisconsin as well. And going later into Sunday, those snow totals should creep up too in Michigan, northern Indiana, even portions of northwest Ohio should get in on that snow action. Now let's compare this to the European ensemble to see, is there any difference? Yeah, the European ensemble is calling for even more snow of up to a foot in some spots in Michigan, Iowa, and northern Illinois. It's the same area for heavy snow. And that's why this area right in here is the most likely to get heavy snow Saturday and Sunday. Check this out. Watch when I switch back to the GFS ensemble. Boom. Same area, heavy snow. That's where you're going to get it. Now, if you're in Ohio, Indiana, southern Illinois, your odds are likely less to get big time snow. I think if you're north of this line, pretty good shot of at least 4 to 5 inches. Plus, if you're south, probably going to be a rain snow mix, maybe an inch or 2 or less. I'm in Ohio, so that sucks for me. Now, on top of all this, we are expecting significant lake effect snow from storm number 1 and storm number 2, both in Michigan and also along Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, where just south of Buffalo, we could have 10 plus inches fall from both storm systems. And just to the east of Oswego, that's fun to say, we could have a foot plus also fall. And I think for our Michigan brethren, you guys are going to get absolutely hammered by both of these storms, especially along that west coast. Now, unfortunately for our northeast brethren, it does not look like either of these storm systems are going to be your storm at all. Look at this on Sunday. By the time we get to Monday, very little to zero snow from Washington, D.C. all the way up through Boston. Don't worry, your time is coming, but not today. So in total, we're expecting several inches of accumulating snow here centered in Iowa, lower Wisconsin, northern Illinois, and in Michigan. And that's all going to happen Thanksgiving weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Now, with that winter storm number 2, we're also expecting a heavy rain event on the south side. You can see a couple of inches of rain are likely to fall Monday and Tuesday from Texas, Louisiana, through Missouri, even into portions of Alabama and Mississippi. Heads up. There could be some flooding problems and maybe even a couple of rumbles of thunder over the weekend. What about the temperatures? Is it going to be cold? The answer is a resounding yes. That cold front that we've been talking about is on its way, already pushing into the lower 48. So significant cold temperatures are expected for Thanksgiving, for Black Friday. There will be a brief warm-up with that storm number 2 as that brings some warm, humid air up from the Gulf right there. But then look at that. Another cold front comes in behind it with possibly even colder air the first week of December. And that's why the Climate Prediction Center has put out this graphic. Look at this. Big time cold is on the way. Just like I've been telling you for weeks now, it's probably time to break out those winter coats. Oh, I hate the cold. We talked about the snow happening today. We talked about the snow this weekend. But when is our next winter storm chance after that? I don't think we're gonna have to wait too long between our next storm system, guys, because the first couple weeks of December, just like I've been telling you throughout several of the last forecast videos, are likely going to be very active with many storm systems swinging throughout the country. We're going to have this battleground of cold air and warm air that are going to cause multiple storm systems to ride right along that, bringing heavy rain, potentially snow to many. That's why I've been telling you, December is going to be more active, more snow, more cold than we normally get. And after Sunday, I think the next chance for any winter storm is going to be this system on Tuesday going into Wednesday, and that's when our northeast and east coast brethren could potentially get in on that snow winter storm action. Don't worry, I will cover that in a later forecast video. For now, we're a little bit too far out. Bottom line, guys, winter is here. Snow is coming. So is the cold. So it's time to break out that snow gear, break out those snow blowers, snow shovels, because December's gonna be a banger. And if it is your first time here, please do me a favor right now. Mash that subscribe button and mash that like button, because I put a lot of effort into these forecasts, so share them with everyone you know. Thanks for joining me today, guys. It's Thanksgiving Eve, so I hope all of you have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your friends, with your family. Eat lots of turkey and be merry. I'm going home with family, so I won't be putting out the usual content or shows for the next couple of days, but I should be back by Sunday or Monday at the latest. That's all I got, guys. Find your family. Tell them you love them. Tell them you care about them. Do something nice for them this Thanksgiving. StormCat5, and I'll see you on the next one.